Hello, everyone. How you guys doing on today? Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. So, okay, guys, we're gonna get started. Um, I'm set up a little different this morning because I'm trying to go live. Well, actually, I'm going live on YouTube as well on my YouTube channel for cooking. So just trying that out and see how that is. Last time I tried it out, I didn't know how to end the thing. So I learned how to end it. So now I think I might be okay. But right now, I'm just doing the part where everybody will see what we're cooking and they don't see my face. They just see who I hate. They're gonna see all that right there. That's it. But it's all right. It's all right. So, anywho, just testing this out on YouTube as well, guys. All right. Hey Steph, how you doing? I don't know how my connection is doing right here, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hey Sherry. All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, at night, wherever you are. We're gonna go ahead on. We're gonna do a homemade pizza and a honey bun cake. Now I'm gonna talk to y'all about that honey bun cake because I want to do it from scratch, right? But I'm not gonna do it from scratch today. I'm gonna do it with a box cake. Ugh. I can't believe that came out of my mouth, but it did. Okay. Um, I do know it's some people who use box cake. That nothing. No, I mean, I was brought up doing my stuff from scratch. That's it. That no hard ill about it or whatever. So that's why. Anywho, we're gonna go with that. So I'm just gonna go through the run of how to do one from a box cake, and the next time I'm gonna practice is what I need to do on my cakes, rising up more the way I prefer them to be, and a little bit more fluffier the way I prefer them to be with this baking powder and baking soda deal. I'm getting it, but I'm working myself through it, and it's not the same as just me using self-rising flour. It's just not the same. So those of you who are used to using baking powder, baking soda, bear with me. I'm getting there. Okay. So today we're gonna do the honey bun cake with I can't believe I picked up a box cake. I have not cooked with a box cake in years. Years. But we're going to go ahead and start off with go ahead and cut up some of our vegetables. Give God the glory this morning already. Thank him for waking us up on this morning. We thank him for his grace and his mercy. We're just thanking for being in the midst on today. We thank him for everything he has done for us thus far, everything he is going to do, and everything he is doing. We give him the glory for that. I thank God for waking us up this morning in our right minds and our healthy bodies as much as possible. And we know that he's a healer. We know that he's a deliverer. We know that he's a way maker. We know that he's a mind regulator. Whatever we need him to be, we know he is that. And we believe it and we receive it in his mighty name. Amen. And we thank him for this food that we're about to make for the nourishments of our family and friends' bodies. We give him the glory for it. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, let's get ready. Let's roll. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut up some of my vegetables that I'm going to put on my pizza. So make sure you have, this is a pepper. So we're going to cut up some peppers and put up there. Just going to cut them up like that. And I'm going to have some pepper and some tomatoes and some onions. And you can put whatever you want on yours. And we're going to have some salami and some pepperoni. Okay. And we are going to make our own crust. We're getting ready to walk through that in a minute, but I just want to have all my vegetables ready. When my crust gets done, because I don't want it to be sitting there, because this is one of the things where I have to use baking powder in as well. So I normally would be using self-rising flour for my dough. I don't use yeast at all to make it rise. I always use the self-rising flour. I'm so used to, that takes too much time. I gotta let it rise. I gotta, mold it, fill it, make it feel good. All that good stuff I got to do to it when I put the yeast in it. Let it sit for a minute. I don't work like that. Now, when I'm in my little happy mood, I'm happy all the time almost. But when I'm in that extra happy mood, I will maybe try to do that. I kind of want to get into the yeast because I want to make some cinnamon buns that way. But right now, we ain't worrying about it. We're not stressing about it. Okay, so here's some tomatoes I'm going on cutting up that we're going to put up there. Just want to have these out the way. Throw this away on this one here. Slice them. I don't want to be sliced too big because I want them to cook really good. And then I'll do my onions, and then we will make the dough. And we don't have, with this house, I don't have an oven. So I have a little oven back there that you might can see that I use. So these are going to be going in separate. So, but if you have an oven, you can put both of them in at the same time as far as your cake and your pizza. Sometimes you might not want to do that because you might not want some of the aroma to get into the cake. You know what I mean? So you may want to do them separately. I think this might be enough tomatoes for me. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out the way. And we're going to go ahead and cut our onions up. And then we're going to be ready. Okay, so make sure you have your, do this on in half so I can get this out the way. I'm going to do this one. Take that first layer off. That first or second layer, you can go ahead and take off of onion. Put that over there. All right. So I'm going to cut these like this the best way I can, trying not to cut my finger, y'all. And then I'll be able to get them up there. Y'all take your time too. Okay. These about like onion rings. Take that middle part out. We don't need that over there. And we may want to cut them like that so we can have control of how much and how they look when we put them up there. Okay. So this is our little vegetable tray that we're going to put on our pizza. So we're going to put that over there and wipe off our board, because this is where I'm going to lay my pizza out right here. Now, if you want to, you can do it on your countertop. Just depends on what type of surface you have. Right. So I'm going to go in with 2 cups of oh God, I'm so used to saffron. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Put that in there. And it's about like making biscuits, guys. So if you remember when we did our biscuits, it's almost like that. We're going to do some butter. I made me some buttermilk. You can just do milk if you want to, or you can do half and half. The way I did my buttermilk, I did half and half and sour cream. Whipped it up and put it in the refrigerator and let it stay there for a minute. So I have some buttermilk that I'm going to put in there. Now let me get my butter over here. Thought it would be undone by now. Let's see. I have a little bit that's a little bit softer. Cut some of it up. Put it in here. Now, this is the time with your dough, if you want to put anything in special, you want to put any herbs in, you want to do anything like that, because it'll make your dough taste different. If you want to put any like garlic or garlic season in it, you can. And I think that's what I might do. Oh, this got salt really good. That's good. So I'm doing kind of like a half a stick of butter, a little bit over a half a stick of butter in my dough. Okay. Remember, you might get your hands messy. Get you a spoon if you don't want to for a minute. All right. So I have my little pesto right here. And I have some tomato sauce. So with the tomato sauce, I'm going to put some flavoring in it. I'm going to put some seasoning in it. Probably a little bit of that pesto. That's what I got there. Some oil and some garlic salt and some garlic. Okay. And that's going to be for the base of our pizza that we're going to do. All right. So I do want to put a little bit of this in my dough because I want my dough to taste a little bit like something, you know. So I'm putting a little bit in here, like that. Move this around. Y'all can see that. Bring that back so y'all can see. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of buttermilk in. And then when I get it where like I want it, I'm going to lay it on the board and start rolling it out. Now, y'all, I do not have a rolling pin, so I'm going to roll it with a glass or something. And if you don't have a rolling pin, you can roll it with a glass too. It is okay. All right. So if this is your first time up here, this is what we do. We try to let you know or teach you that you can do any meal you want to. All you have to do is try. And we teach you how to do a meal and a dessert in 60 minutes. Okay, an hour, sometimes hour and 15 minutes. It just depends on what we're doing that day. Guys, go ahead and set your oven up as high as it can go, because when you're doing a pizza like this that does not have the yeast in it, you're gonna need it to be as hot as it can be, so it can go ahead and get that baking powder or baking soda rising up. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, turning mine up to 450 is the highest it'll go. I would say 480 or 500 if you can, but make sure you keep an eye on it. So that's where mine is going. 450 is the highest mine can go. But I want it already ready when I get this dough ready. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get me some powder and put in here. So it can start trying to rise. And we're gonna do a, let's see, 1 1/2 tablespoon. Starting off with my half of baking powder. It's more forgiving than baking soda. Baking soda does not give you time to work with the dough. You have to be already ready. You can't let it just sit out. You got to be ready. Okay. So now I do not have a round pizza pan, but I do have a square one. So that's what I'm going to use. See, I told you it's not, some things no particular rules about. You just do what you do with what you have. All right. Hey Lisa. Hey Sabrina. Beanie. All right, guys. Now I see you guys up there, but it's showing me 0, and then I see some other people that I really can't see. They don't show the names or the face sometimes. So whatever, we're gonna go with that. Okay, and you're gonna need a little bit of extra flour so that you can roll it up good. Okay, mend it together a little bit more. I think this is good here for me. I don't think I need no more wetness to it. And I'm going to show you how it's looking, where I don't think I need any more wetness. So this is the consistency, right? It's not all together, but we're going to bind it together with our hands and stuff, okay? So let's get some more flour. Put that over there. And I'm going to put some flour down here. I'm put a pretty good bit, so I won't have to worry about if I got enough. To help me with the binding. All right, so here we go. We'll get this together. After we pop this in, we're going to start on our honey bun cake. All righty. So it's time to get your hands dirty. Put that in there to get clean. Getting ready to just put this. Can you see it? Guys, I'm sorry. Okay. It's in here. And reason why I'm kind of being a little careful too, because I got my other thing over here with YouTube on. And I don't want to mess my thing up. So I'm gonna put a little right here. I hope you guys can see that. And we're gonna go ahead on in and start putting that down. Put that in there so it can be washed. So I'm gonna press this out. And we got this over here in case we need some more. We don't, we just gonna take it up and get it out the way, okay? But what I wanna do is get it bind real good. And we wanna work it where we got all this right here that looks like that it doesn't look like that anymore. And that's what we're doing with all this here. We want it, that's in the middle to look like this here. So that's why we're pushing it and binding it together even more. Okay. Might take a little bit, but it's going to be worth it. It's your pizza. And I might end up using all this flour. Just a little bit of work. You know, it's good for therapy too. Get to push down on something. Make it into something. So when I say the consistency of it not being so doughy, I mean where it's not sticking to your hands. So if you still feel it sticking to your hands, you still need to add a little bit more flour. If you turn it like this and you go in the middle and you feel it and it's still sticking to your hands, then you need to still add a little bit more flour because it doesn't need to be sticky. Because when we get to rolling it out, you don't want it sticking to your pen or your glass, whatever you're going to roll it out with, right? I think it may be about there, almost there. There we go. It's getting a little form to it. All right. My oven is on real good. Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put some more like this and get ready to try to roll it out. Okay. And I got my seasoning and stuff in it. The reason why you want to have a little bit of flour up here when you start rolling it is so when you pick it up to put it in your pan, it won't fall apart. All right. Let me get me a glass because I do not have a pen. And I realize I need a good heavy glass. And mine is going to be square. Okay, can y'all see this? It's going to be square. So I'm just rolling. And you see what I mean about you don't want it to stick that much? See, it's a little sticky. So I'm just going to take some of that and put it up here. Because I don't want it to be sticking. We got to work this from each side. I want it here. I want it here. It's going to be square. Rolling it out. Believe it or not, this is how they used to do back in the day before they had the pens, y'all. I might want to take and put a little bit of that flour on my cup. Make sure your cup is clean. I guess I should have said that before. But I hope you guys know that. To make sure that cup is clean. It's going to keep resisting for a minute, but then you're going to be able to get it to go. Okay. I want mine to these ends because I want mine to be square. It's trying to go round. And knowing good and well, I do not have a round pan. But when I put it in my pan, it ain't going to have no other way but to go square. And that's it. And I'm almost finished. And I think I'm going to do a little bit more dusting on mine. And we're going to get that on in there. Let me see. We at 10:30. This will take about 15 minutes to cook. And then we're going to put in our cake. And the cake will take about 25 minutes to cook, if that. Probably 25 minutes to cook. So you'll still be able to have something cooked within an hour and 15 minutes, everything of your pizza. Ooh, that garlic and stuff smells so good. Okay. Now, some people like to put their dough in the oven and let it cook a little bit before they put anything on it. Mine's is thick enough and good enough at the bottom that I don't need to do all that. And plus, it's just gonna be taking a little bit more time. So this is how mine is looking, and I'm getting ready to lift it up. See that? I can't do that swing around stuff. But I can do this pizza. Okay. So we got this. We're gonna put it in here. Have us some good size. Y'all see this how it's going in. Got our borders. Want to have us a little bit of borders up. Just work it around. If some border is bigger than the others, just work it around. You know, you do what you do. Because the borders are what's going to help you be able to pick your pizza up and, you know, have that crust on the end, stuff like that. All right. So what we're going to do now, I need to get me some butter going. Give me some butter going. Because I'm going to do my oil. And I'm going to put my butter on the edges and on my inside. That's how mine is looking. Yours probably looking a whole lot better, but this is how mine is looking. Okay. Now let's get our board out the way because we don't need that no more. That's going to get washed. Okay, I'll wash my hands, wipe off my counter a little bit. That off. All right. While that is melting and we're getting ready to do our oil, I'm going to go ahead and do my tomato paste, my tomato. Okay, so this is it right here. Just going to use the whole thing, but I'm not going to use the whole thing on the pizza. All right. I just want to put a little seasoning and stuff in here. Let me taste this and see if it has, if it's too salty, if it has any type of sugar in it. It's okay. I think I need a little sugar though to bring out those flavors. I'm gonna put a little of this in there, just a little bit, not much, and a little sugar. And then when I make my oil, some of that is gonna go in there too. There we go. Okay. All right, so my butter is ready. Butter is ready. All right, so I'm gonna take some of this butter in here. A little bit of oil. Swirl that around. And I'm gonna get a little bit of garlic and put it in there as well. Okay. You may think I'm taking up too much time for this, but once we get it done, uh, it's gonna be so good. You'll be glad you took the time. All right, y'all. I gotta wipe myself and I'm getting a little sweaty. It's actually cool here too. All right, my buttermilk, get that out of the way. Okay, if you have one of these little brushes, get your little brush. And we getting ready to brush, brush, brush. So first we're gonna do our border because we're not gonna put any tomato stuff on the borders. Okay, here we go. Take this. We're gonna make sure we get all some stuff up there. Y'all see this? I'll make sure y'all can see this because y'all, okay. We're gonna do our border with the butter. Do the borders first. And this is also a good time. You know how they make the cheese? That's if you know have the cheese and want to put some in it. But next time, like the borders are there, you can roll those borders over with some mozzarella, long mozzarella sticks in it, and that way that your border will have um, some cheese on the edges. Okay, so that's all we're doing with that right there. So we're gonna pour a little bit of this in there, just a little bit. Less is more, y'all. Trust me. That's all we need. Less is more. I know some people might like a lot on theirs, but less is more. And we're just gonna go around the edges. That's it. Y'all see that? That's what we're doing. All righty. Okay, so let's get our vegetable, cheese, and all that stuff like that together. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my pepperoni. Put some cheese on top and stuff. You can do yours however you want to. This is my salami right now, so. Okay, now we're gonna do some pepperoni. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna do my base like this. Just all that right there. Just doing some pepperonis here and there. No special way. And put us some cheese down. Okay. And then we're just gonna redo this again for a second and then make sure our vegetables are on top. So we're gonna put us some cheese. Cheese, 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 cheese. Bless you. Cheese, cheese. All right. And we're going to just layer this, and then we're going to do one more layer. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Okay. All right, here we go again. And then rest of it go on top. And it's just going anywhere. And you don't have to do yours like this. You can just do one layer of, and that's it. That's enough. You don't have to do all of it. I'll get some over there. Because it's not going to take long for this to cook if you got that oven all the way up. That's why I said we need to. I didn't use the baking soda because, you know, it's not forgiving. You got to go ahead and have that on in the oven. All right. So here we go. Here we go. And the cheese is going to go on top. Of course. We're not going to use all of it. Okay. This is my cheese I have that I frozen. I got another bag that I use that I don't put my hands in. But my hands are clean. So that's how we going in, y'all. We're getting ready to go in this oven. All right. Gonna make it work. This is how it's turning out. This is how it's turning out. You see that? Good. Good, 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 good. So we're gonna go on and put this in. Let that get the going. Get this stuff out the way. And get ready to do our cake. Okay. Got to make sure everything's straight out the way, clean. All right. Now, for the box cake, I'm going to do 1 thing of butter. I'm going to melt that. Now, with mine, I normally would do 2 things of butter, but this cake here, only 1. I might do 1.5. Put a little bit more. So we're just taking this out, and this is yeah. And this is how y'all can do with a box cake. Okay, this is a box cake. I've never ever hardly ever come up here with a box cake, but I'm showing you how you can use a box cake. So you won't have any excuses about cooking or having anything sweet that your family might want. So you need your eggs. And I'm gonna do 3 of those. And you need your milk. And I'm gonna do a cup of that. A cup of buttermilk. So we're gonna go ahead and just pour this in. And I'm gonna show you guys how to layer this as well for your. All right. So for the cake, you do not need sugar because it already has the sugar and everything in it. Okay, so you don't need your sugar. You just need your vegetable oil or your butter and your milk and your eggs. That's it. It has sugar in it. Just to let you know, for those of you who don't know. So we're gonna put our eggs in, 3 eggs in the middle. Our butter is getting melted. Throw that away. So our eggs are in the middle, right there. And our buttermilk is going in. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this up. And get your flavoring, whatever type of flavoring you want. I'm just gonna do my flavoring that I love to do. You can do lemon, whatever you want. But this is a honey bun cake. So I'm gonna show you how to layer it, and I'm gonna show you how to make the frosting that goes on top as well. So got this done. I'm gonna get my flavoring, put my flavoring in. Cap full of my flavoring. This is like semi-homemade. There used to be a show called Semi-Homemade too. So. This is how it's turning out, guys. Y'all see that? See that right there? There we go. All right, so we have our butter. It's melted. Go ahead and put that in, just like that. No type of way. Should be able to see that. And guys, it is 10 till, and we still are able to get us a meal done. Y'all may have to wait on this cake, but it's only gonna take you about 20 minutes for it to bake. But at least you're gonna have everything you want and need to have this cake made. All right? And you're gonna have a good pizza. So there we go. We got that consistency going, just like that. So you're gonna get your pan that you're gonna put your cake in, and you're gonna put half of the batter in there. Then we're gonna layer it with our brown sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg if you want some nutmeg. And you can put some pecans, whatever type of nuts you want. You can put that in there in the middle. You can put you some coconut flakes if you want to. All right. So we're going to get us a little bowl. And make us some our middle that goes in it. Okay. So I have some brown sugar. Their brown sugar is not like our brown sugar. So, and I didn't measure, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is probably like a half a cup, maybe. And I'm gonna put some nutmeg in here. To bring out some of that cinnamon. And this is cinnamon and sugar. And I'll probably spread some of that on by itself later. All right. So we're gonna mix that together real good. And that's your middle right there of your honey bun. Don't have to put no butter in it because your cake is going to be wet. And so when you start to do your cake thing, let me pull this up because I can't see. Hey Clarence, honey bunny. How y'all doing? Okay, so we got this going here. So all right, let me get the pan so I can show you guys how we're gonna layer it. All right, I have my pan. If you want to spray your pan, you can. That's up to you. I might spray mine a little bit with some pan. Coconut oil. That's it. All right. That come out. Put that to the side. So we're going to layer this and put a little bit in. Y'all can see that. I'm just going to put a little bit in, and I'm going to do like that. This is how we're doing. Now, I don't know how they box cake. I guess it's supposed to be the same over here. But child, it ain't looking like it is. But we're going to go with it, though. But this is how you would do a box cake. For those of you, who prefer to do it that way. Keep an eye on your pizza. Because with it being at 450, it's not going to take long at all. Okay. So, all right. We have, yep, and I think mine is about ready. Let me see. I'm taking an eye. No, let me see. It's just about ready. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to just spread it all over. And y'all can do it real thick, or you could do it, however you want. Like this. I'm using all of it. And I might use some on top. How about that? Okay, so this here is how we're going to do this. Now, we got to do it real easy. So we're going to take some and put some in every area so we can spread it. Not just have some in one area and try to spread it all over, but have some in every area from the front to the back and in the corners. So you can meet up with it and it won't be so difficult to spread it without having to, mix it up so bad. I am definitely not used to this. Maybe it's just me and I haven't done this in a while. Okay. Where's my spatula? Okay, here we go. I just have it. Oh. Okay. So y'all, this is how we do it. And that's why we did it that way, so we could make sure we get everything together. Don't be scared. Just go on with it. Some come up and get on the thing, that's fine, because we're going to swirl it as well. I think I'm going to take my pizza out because it is smelling good. Okay. Break that up. And then we'll be able to put in our cake. And then the last thing we'll do before I let y'all go is I will go over how to make the topping for your cake. Okay. Get that done. There we go. Now, some people swirl theirs, some people don't. Good. Pizza. Now, I'm turning it down to 350 because we're getting ready to put the cake in. Okay. So we're going to do like this a little bit, just a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Just a little bit. You ain't messing nothing up. I wanted to swirl mine. You don't have to. Then we're going to go like this. Like that. Okay. So that's how it is. All right. And then we're going to put it in. Let it bake. And now, oh, you know what? I'm going to sprinkle some of this on top. Forgot about that. Ooh, that pizza's smelling good. Okay. Now, what time is it? It is 11 o'clock here. So we've been up here an hour. We have the cake in. So we're about finished. What I'm going to do now, Johnny, tell Em to call you. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and show you guys how to do the glaze. All right. So you're going to need some powdered sugar and a little bit of milk or whipping cream and some butter. Okay. And a little bit of flavoring, vanilla, whatever you want to do. That's what you're going to need. Now, I have not found any powdered sugar here. I had to bring some from home. Hold on. Ooh, child, y'all. I had to bring some from home. Okay. Let's see how I can get this on off so I can go ahead and show you guys. Because I show packed it real good. There we go. Now I'm coming open. Okay. As you see, won't let me get in there. So you're going to put probably about a cup and a half of powdered sugar in there. Probably about a cup and a half. I think that should be good. Now you don't have to go crazy on this. I have a little, I have a little butter. Just a little bit. You want it to be a little bit loose, but don't put too much liquid in it. It's just a little bit. You don't need too much at all because you're going to end up putting your flavor in and all that stuff like that in it. So we're going to get this like that because it's just sugar, basically. Let me see if I got a little bit of vanilla in here. I didn't bring my vanilla. So I'm gonna just put this vanilla here in there. It's gonna change the way it looks a little bit, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's gonna enhance the taste. So, all right, that's it. That's good. And you can put a little butter if you want. So I'm gonna scoop a little bit of this out. Just a little bit of that butter. And so whenever you're finished, you're gonna take this and just swirl it all over your cake. Okay? That's all you're gonna do. And it's gonna harden up a little bit as it sits there. And you'll have your honey bun cake. And you'll be ready to eat. You'll be ready to eat with your honey bun. So guys, that is it. We are finished. Let me know how that turns out. We did the frosting for the top of it. We have the cake in there already. We have our pizza. Let me see if I can cut me a piece of pizza here. Y'all can see. Ooh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. Y'all. See my square pizza. And y'all see that crust up under the bottom? How it's brown and stuff. See that? And I got all that goodness in the inside. So it's a 2-layer. And then I got my brown crust on the corner. We going in, but I know that baby right there hot. So, mm, mm. Oh gosh, that's good. Mm, mm, that's good. That crust is good. Mm. Oh god. Oh god. Hot, but it's good. Mm. Y'all, we got ourselves a good pizza. It rolls up a little bit, just a little bit, and the crust is thick. so you can hold it. It's not soggy up under the bottom. Your stuff ain't falling off up under the bottom. Everything holding up. So that's good. Y'all see that? Real good. All right. Uh, so I think I got a custom. But guys, thank y'all for sharing with me. Thank y'all for being up here with me. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget to share with each other, love on each other. Share your love, share your kindness, share your food, share your money, share your time, share your wisdom. All right? Share, share, share. And pray for each other. No matter what, pray for each other. Because somebody's going through something, coming out of something, getting ready to go through something. And we don't need to know what it is. All we need to do is pray for each other. Amen. All right, guys, I love you. And take care. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Be safe and share your love. All right. And don't forget, get in that kitchen and cook. Cook, cook, cook. Cook something. Get around that table and talk and love on each other and share with each other. Mwah. See you later.